Well, welcome everybody. Hello. Now you see that it's not Victor that is sitting down with me, but it is Anu Ojo that is sitting down with me. Not after nigga. We are going to be talking today about even though I don't know it's a glove now. Nigga. We are going to be doing a special program today, and this program that we are doing today is dedicated to Nigeria, and the topic. And the topic of today's program is how the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. That is not the book you are seeing right there. I have a book on the topic. This is the book here. How the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. It's like a fantasy. It's such a fantasy to a lot of our Nigerian people that I've not met anyone that has read this book. And so when I heard that Anu read the book, I said, no, we have to talk about it. We have to show Nigerians what is in this book. This book will probably be the most important book that you have read. At least it's going to be one of the most important books that anybody has ever read. You will not believe it. Please believe me today. Don't say I don't want you. Go and call as many people as you know. Just beg them. Let them do it for you. Just say them, do this one for me. Go and join this program today. If they are at work and they cannot watch it, let them watch it as they come back home. Send the link right now. As we are talking now, send the link to all your friends. Put it in their inboxes and beg them. Say, please, if you have never watched anything from DSA, even if you have watched every one of them, this one you must watch. This particular program is going to be mind-blowing and life-shifting for every Nigerian and every African that will watch this program. I don't know how much you agree with what I said.
Pastor, thank you so much for another opportunity to be on your platform and to talk about Nigeria and using this book as our basis for our discussion today. You know what you said about this book and why every Nigerian or every African must be on this show and to listen to what will be discussed here is very true. I've heard you talk about this book before, announce it during some of your programs that, well, this book, every Nigerian must read it.
But you didn't know why.
I think you published this book 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
2 years ago, yes.
Good. So imagine you publishing this book 2 years ago.
And I've never seen anyone who has read it. Because people don't believe it, that Nigeria economy can ever overtake American economy.
That's true. But anyone who would dare.
But why you two didn't read it before that?
Yeah, and I'm going to explain why during the course of the show. But if anyone would dare to get a hold of this book, you don't have to get to the first chapter.
Even the introduction alone.
Yeah. Just the introduction will get you on your feet. And for me, how I felt was I finished this book in a day.
In a day?
Yeah. How I felt was I have to keep reading. It was
I cannot put it down.
I couldn't. That was how I felt when I started.
That is what I'm trying to tell them. This book, you will cry, you will be happy,
yeah,
you will be excited.
Mixed feeling. Yeah.
You will feel like feel like tearing everything around yourself, walking about, standing up, sitting down. I don't know what you are feeling.
Mixed feelings. It was first with, I first started with shock, with some discoveries of some facts that you presented in the book. I'm like, the first shock was $20 trillion. People might not understand that, but $20 trillion. And I'm like, whoop, is a lie. This can be true. Then from shock, I was like, wait, and Nigeria still exists till today? And Nigeria has not gone into extinction? I'm like, no. It can only be a miracle. So it was from shock to like
amazement
that Nigeria is still thriving today. Few weeks back, it was said that the Nigerian economy has gotten higher than South Africa. And I'm like, because I just read the book last week actually. And I'm like, so Nigeria is still able to even thrive with all of these things that have gone wrong for the past years in Nigeria. And then from amazement, I was like,
Hope.
yeah, okay, yeah. This book, the title of this book is not a fluke.
No, because people were thinking I wanted to sell book.
No, it's not a fluke. From the introduction, you would discover that the title of this book, How the Nigerian Economy Can Overtake the American Economy, you would see it clearly that this is no fluke. And it is not a faith talk. It is not a talk based on hopes that, that I believe, I prophesy, or I confess that Nigeria will, we have people who are,
Nigerians are people like that, confession.
This is not prophecy. This is not
confession.
Like confession. This is just look at this. Just look at what I'm presenting to you in this book. Read this book and look at the facts I have in this book, and you tell me
if it will not be so.
If it won't be so. So if
we get our acts together.
Yeah, if we get our acts together and we fix our values, it will be so. I mean, I want to encourage everyone who is listening to us right now to please go ahead and share. This book you see here, How the Nigerian Economy Can Overtake the American Economy, is a book that every Nigerian African must get a hold of and read, because it will blow your mind that this book is not about the potential of Nigeria. That's what I say. It's not about the potential. We talk so much about the potential of Nigeria, that Nigeria has a great potential. But this book talks about the past of Nigeria.
The reality.
And the past reality, bringing into terms that what I'm presenting to you is what
it has happened.
It has happened. And with what has happened in the past, even with that, Nigeria can overtake
America.
America, economy-wise. But until you read it, you will understand. And I just hope that
they can even read it for free.
Yeah.
They can just go to Kindle Unlimited and read it for free. Just go and read it for free. Just get a hold of it anyhow you can.
Just read it.
Or go look for Shioma in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Or Okada books. Just read it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Go and find it anyhow.
So that I was thinking, Dr. Sunday, what made me not read this book 2 years ago?
Up till now.
Up until this point. Because you published this book 2017.
Yep.
And you advertised this book. I know when you were doing the promo of this book, and I think you maybe did a program or something about this book, about Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And you were telling us, read this book. I want you to get this book. This book is going to blow your mind. And everything you're saying now is what you said. Read this book. And you put it with the other book. The other shows how Nigeria can become the greatest. Book. They can become the greatest nation in the world, the greatest country. And you put these books together and you said, I want you guys to read this book. How to make
the two of them.
Yeah. How to make Nigeria the greatest country in the world. And you were telling us, I want you to read this book. Read this book. But when I told you, and I just said it by passing actually 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. And I just said that Dr. Sunday, I read this book. And when I said, there was when I read this book, I could see the more like amazement on your face. That wait, Anu, you read this book.
Because I've never seen anybody, I've never seen anyone, and I've never heard anyone who actually went and read the book. Because I just, before I used to get disappointed and angry and, disillusioned that I'm putting so much effort to put all these things out there, and the information that is inside that could transform and revolutionize these people's lives. And they don't even, so I got used to that. So for me to hear, and this, other books, people are reading them. Yeah. But this one is the one I cannot point to one person who has read. Even the greatest, out of Nigeria, the greatest country, people read and people come and testify. Mm-hmm. But this one, not a single individual I've seen that I've read it. So I know that, so when you say you read it, you will be the first one I know that say, you did? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
I was saying, because I know that if anybody will read it, you are already not a human. You are not the person who existed before you read that book. So once you say you read it, I know that now I can talk. But you know me, I will not talk until I know that people are ready.
Yeah.
So once I know that you're ready, then we'll start the discussion.
Yeah, and I can't remember you said, we must have this show. We must have this show. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. And we said we're going to have this show today. But you know, when I asked myself this question, that why didn't I read this book up until this time? I've read your book on Nigeria and the leadership question.
Revolutionary.
And that book was the book that, I would say that was like the foundation of my journey into Nigeria. But you know, I want to say something to start this show that some of our viewers might not be so comfortable with it, and they might want to disagree with me about it, but it is the truth. And you know, there's nothing we can do against the truth, but for the truth. I asked myself a question, and I had to be very sincere with myself, that there are a lot of books that Dr. Sunday has written that I've read, but if I put into ratio the amount of books that Dr. Sunday has written in Nigeria about Nigeria, which I think is not even up to 10, and I've read more than 20 or 30 of your books already, but I've not even read up to 3 or 4 Nigerian books. No, we have to be very sincere with ourselves. I've read maybe over 30 of Dr. Sunday's books, but I've not even read up to 4 of books about Nigeria. Then I had to ask myself, why? But I'm a Nigerian. But I claim to love Nigeria. But I claim to be, I want Nigeria to change. But why haven't I read this book? And you know,
these books.
And you know, with your own testimony, it's very clear that I'm not the only one who is guilty of this. How many people?
Even in Nigeria, Shioma told me that the Nigerian books are the ones that are not moving. That all other books are selling very well, but the ones that have Nigeria in it, they are not selling.
And I'll tell you the truth that I came to. It's a sad truth, very sad, but it's the truth. And it is that although many of us, we claim to love Nigeria, many of us, we claim for change in Nigeria, we profess our love for Nigeria, but the truth is, we don't love Nigeria. We don't love Nigeria, but we love ourselves. So, when we say we want change in Nigeria, what do we mean by what does an average Nigerian mean, or most Nigerians mean when they say they want change in Nigeria? They want something that will benefit them. What does that mean?
National cake.
Yeah, just about them. For example, you see an average Nigerian complain.
Can I get a job? NNPC.
An average Nigerian complains that, there is no light in Nigeria. There's no light in Nigeria. Okay. Let's be sincere with ourselves. If you have light in your house, and the next estate or the next street don't have light, will you complain that there's no light in Nigeria?
They don't care.
They don't care. We don't care.
As long as I have it.
As long as I am okay. So it is what we actually do is that we love ourselves. And it is because we love ourselves and we don't love Nigeria. That is why we're not interested in books like this.
But what happened to you when you eventually took this book?
Pastor, when I took a hold of this book, I fell in love again and again with Nigeria. Because, I've come to that realization now that I'm not just a Nigerian by birth, and that it was not an error for God to send me to this world through Nigerian parents, and that my destiny and my calling is in connection with the land I was born into. So, and that has been over the past year.
Yeah, but I want you to focus on, because we are pointing them to the book, and we are telling them the title, How the Nigerian Economy Can Overtake, and they have all been seeing it, and they have never read it, and they have never touched it. So what happened to you?
When I read this book, Dr. Sunday, the truth about it is, like I said earlier, I couldn't drop the book until I finished the book. I got so emotional about Nigeria, and I got so passionate about Nigeria. I saw that there is no reason why Nigeria shouldn't be one of the top leading nations in the world. There is no reason why we shouldn't be amongst the top leading nations. There is no reason. Everything that this book gives in details, the statistics, the facts, the history, the figures, it just shows that every Nigerian who gets to read this book would find so much succor that I'm a Nigerian, and that I have no reason to want to go to America or to want to go to Europe if only I can fix, and if only we can be responsible for what this book addresses. If only we'll just take action and just say, okay, what this book is addressing, that the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. And I read this book and I say, okay, I want to be responsible as a Nigerian citizen to make sure that what this book addresses, we fix it. Then I don't even need any green card. I don't need a green card. I don't need to go to America. This Nigeria is my own heaven. You know, we always talk about going to a place of greener pasture. You know, there is no greener pasture than Nigeria's pasture. Because this book will just, for me, it was like, wow. So this is my country, Nigeria. This is my nation, Nigeria, that I never knew about. Or that I knew little about, but I didn't understand. I didn't get it in perspective. I couldn't see the whole picture. You know, I couldn't see the whole picture. I knew that this was a problem in our nation. But I didn't understand how grave it was. I didn't understand the effects. I didn't understand what if this was addressed, if the problem addressed.
From what chapter did you begin to experience?
It was from the introduction, Pastor.
What began to happen to you?
You know, you started the book by making some very profound statements. And one of the things that got me into this book was the quote by David Cameron. And it was that if the money that has been stolen from Nigeria was stolen from the UK, the UK will cease to exist. You know, I didn't understand what he meant.
But when you read the book, even the introduction,
from the introduction,
you already understood what he meant.
It was very clear. It was very clear that if the money that has been stolen from Nigeria was stolen from the UK, there won't be UK.
How much money has been stolen from Nigeria? From the book.
From the book.
And not just from the book, it's from the World Bank.
UNDP.
UNDP. World Bank.
World Bank.
You know, UNO.
Yeah, all registered international
in the world,
institutions.
Yeah. How much did they come to?
$20 trillion.
But this is not just these last few years.
No, just from 1960 to 2005.
From independence.
Yeah, from 1960. Oh God, people don't even get it. From 1960 to 2005. That's just 45 years. It was recorded. This is facts, calculated, that $20 trillion was stolen from the national treasury
of Nigeria. But what is $20 trillion?
That is the present GDP of the world's leading nation economy in the world, US. Right now, US, that is over 250 years of existence.
Over 200
years. Our GDP right now, our economy is that same 20 trillion.
that was stolen.
Stolen.
That is the size of the American economy right now.
Right now.
What about if that had remained in Nigeria?
I mean,
we would have overtaken.
That is exactly what the book is telling us.
Just like Singapore had overtaken America.
Yeah, by GDP, yeah.
By
per capita. Yeah.
We would have overtaken by GDP.
Even the GDP per capita of Singapore, I have a presentation, I'm going to show it. That we
were ahead at independence of Singapore.
At 1960, we were
higher
than Singapore. The same Singapore that has the highest GDP per
capita
today.
We were ahead of them.
And
before the thieves started stealing.
And US that has the highest GDP, highest economy today, their economy is what was stolen
from Nigeria
for the first 45 years. Now, just with that, tell me if this book is a fluke.
And all of Europe, their GDP, all European Union, Britain, France, Germany, everybody put together is 17 trillion.
And this was stolen
from Nigeria alone.
And Nigeria is still existing today.
So you can now understand what Cameron was talking about.
Yeah.
Please go and share this message. Please go and just get all your friends one by one and put it in their inbox. Or you can even do watch party, or what they call it.
Yeah, watch party
later on, because you just tell them, please, I beg you with tears in my head, in my eyes. If you want to know something about Nigeria, watch this thing.
I mean, it's just that those two statistics that we just gave, just the first statistics that between 1960, from our independence to 2005, that's 45 years, 20 trillion was stolen. And the world's leading US GDP right now is 20 trillion.
Yeah.
What that means alone is that if it wasn't stolen, the same way people are going to America,
people would have been coming on, just like Dubai now. Right now, Dubai is a much more beautiful, much more attractive city or country than any country than US. But before, it was a desert. It was 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
So the same with Nigeria. Just the same way we are telling people that Nigerian Naira was higher than American, US dollars. Nobody would believe it, but it was higher. It was 1-1. So when I left Nigeria, Nigerian Naira was 1-to-1 with dollars. But before then, it was 1-to-1 with pounds. So can you imagine at that point, all the money that was billion that was coming out, it was not like 20-to-1 or 300-to-1, it was at par. So that's why that money and it was even more. So by the time, because we were almost 1 Naira to $2. So by the time you multiply that, even if it is 10 trillion, by the time you multiply that, it was already 20 trillion.
20 trillion.
That's why
David
Cameron, the Prime Minister of Britain, says that if that kind of money had been stolen
from the UK,
it will cease to exist, because UK itself is not worth that amount of money.
Apparently.
That's why it would have ceased to exist, because it's not worth. The whole GDP, the whole wealth of the UK is less than 20 trillion. And Nigeria, that is the amount that was only disappeared without explanation. That's why our money is the one that is building that Dubai. Nigerian money is building UK itself. Nigerian money is building South Africa. Nigerian money is building Malaysia. Is building America. Is building. Nigerian money is everywhere. That's why the 20 trillion, you cannot say it disappeared.
Only if Nigerians will understand this.
All that documented is in this book.
I have presentation. Let's get to the presentation.
No, before we go to the presentation, I want us to do something.
A video.
Yes. Right. Why they are going to share. Why you are going to share this message. Please go share the message. Share. While you are sharing it, I'm going to do a video about Nigeria. Patriotic song about Nigeria. That maybe you all know, maybe you don't know this song. But it's my favorite song about Nigeria. I want us to watch it. And I want us to watch it, and while you are watching it, go and do this. Invite all your friends one by one. Go and put it in the inboxes of your friend. And by the time we come back from that video, Pastor Anu will show us the statistics from this book. and your eyes will be open like this. Your eyes will be jumping from your head to your eyes to your. Okay, let's see the video. Okay, should be the maximum Chromecast.
Of mine, Nigeria on my mind, born in diversity, blessed beyond compare.
Ooh, through these 100 years, our struggles and through all our fears,
we're strong in our unity. Peace, our destiny. Here we are,
standing tall.
we're standing tall,
We are one.
We are 100 years
Of unity.
Nigeria, we will stand. Oh, this land of mine, Nigeria, on my mind, I pledge to you my loyalty, my love, my ability.
Ooh, and as we celebrate ourselves, we shall rededicate.
To serve a new Nigeria, for a better land for all. Here we are, standing tall through adversities. We are one. 100 years, unity. Nigeria, we will stand on the mountain, shouted in the valley. Nigeria has come a long, long way,
And a journey to our future.
of brighter and better days. Together we will make it strong and invincible. We are on our way. Oh yeah.
One nation, indivisible.
Nigeria
Oh,
is here to stay. We are standing tall as a nation. Standing tall through adversity. We are 100 years. One nation, one country. Nigeria, we will stand.
I will not. In my own lifetime, I'm just looking at these people and I'm saying, these people must not perish. I will give my best. I'm going to give everything it takes that this country, look at how wonderful our people are. No, talk about this. Just looking at these pictures, at our people, I am so proud of every single person that appeared in that video. That these are my people. This is my land. This is my country. Not here, not Europe, not America. These are my people. This is my country. These are my people. The Igbos, the Hausas, the Ibibos, the thieves, all of them that are appearing here. This is my land. These are my people, and we are going to redeem this country. We are going to save Nigeria. We are going to rescue this country. Just looking at the pictures, the culture, the dressing, the people. Just look at them. I just say, these are my people. This is the future Nigeria that I'm waiting for, that I'm going to give my life to build. We are going to be beautiful like this. We are going to build a beautiful Nigeria. It's going to be a new Nigeria, a beautiful Nigeria, a wonderful Nigeria. We are going to be well fed, like all the people I'm looking at here. The way they are well fed, the way they are so happy. Nigerians are going to be happy. Not just the elite, not just the chosen ones, not just the 1%, not just the 2%. No, it's going to be every Nigerian in every village. They are going to be well fed, they are going to be well dressed, they are going to have enough to put on their table. The country is going to clean, it's going to be clean like we are looking at. The factories are going to work, the industries are going to come alive, the cultures are going to blossom, all the various nationalities and tribes are going to come together into one. Our old people are going to be proud, they are going to be taken care of. The old citizens, the pensioners, they are going to enjoy their old age. We are going to make it happen. Just like all these people that we are looking at right now. That is the Nigeria that I dream of. And that is why I'm going back there. I am going back there. And we are going to give our, if necessary, I'm going to give my life. I'm going to be ready to die. But for Nigeria, if that's the price it's going to take, I'm going to give it. For Nigeria to be restored, to be a country of dignity and unity, and a country that is totally redeemed, that is totally restored, a country that is healed, a country that has harmony, unity, and that has prosperity, and that is just like in this video. I just felt like hearing that video again. I don't know of you.
Yeah, we can.
You can do it again?
Yes,
please, can we start all over again? Start the video, assure us. Start the video all over again. I mean, it brings a picture of the Nigeria we dream of. Of the Nigeria we dream about. Let's have a look at that video again. That's why I said go and share this video. I said if you've never watched me again, this one, make you go beg your relatives and family. Let them come and join us this time. Okay, here we go. Ooh, wow. What a video. It tells you about the best about Nigeria. Okay, go music.
This land of mine, Nigeria, on my mind, born in diversity, blessed beyond compare.
Ooh, through these 100 years, our struggles and through all our fears,
we're strong in our unity. Peace, our destiny. Here we are.
standing tall.
We're standing tall. Standing tall.
We are one.
We are 100 years
Of unity.
Nigeria. We will stand. We will stand. Oh, my mind.
on my mind.
I pledge to you my loyalty, my love, my ability.
Ooh, and as we celebrate ourselves, we shall rededicate
To serve a new Nigeria, for a better land for all. Here we are, standing tall through adversities. We are one. 100 years unity. Nigeria. We will stand on the mountain, shout it in the valley. Nigeria has come a long, long way.
on a journey to our future.
Of brighter and better days. Together we will make it strong and invincible. We are on our way. Oh yeah.
One nation, indivisible.
Nigeria
Oh,
is
yeah.
here to stay. We are standing tall as a nation. Standing tall through adversity. We are one. 100 years. Standing tall.
We're still together.
One nation, one country. Nigeria, we will stand.
Yeah, we will stand. Yeah, yes, we are standing. This song exactly, it just puts the kind of feeling I felt when I was reading this book. That yes, Nigeria will stand. We are standing. Nigeria will stand.
Jesus,
Even
thank you, Lord.
Through
Jesus.
our adversity, the song is
Man, come on, Kababaya.
through our adversity, we are one, we are standing. I mean, can you imagine how many people have thought that Nigeria by today we should not have even been? With all of our adversity, our troubles, our challenges, but we are still standing today. Yes. This song is the song, and it gives a very, very great picture of our future. That yes, that land that we see, full of bright people of joy, people who would stand up from their beds in the morning and they are happy, they are joyful, they are breathing in beautiful air, they are walking on the streets and they are happy, looking at their neighbors with joy, with gladness. They have food to eat, they have beds to sleep, they have houses to live in, good water to drink, constant electricity, everything they need to live a good life, to live the best quality of life. That is the Nigeria we are fighting for, and that's the Nigeria we see, and that's the Nigeria that is possible that we're going to achieve. And this song just puts it all, that through adversity we are one nation, one,
we will stand.
and we will stand, and we will stand. We are standing, and we will keep standing.
And you know that the plan is already being put in place for 50 years
yes.
to achieve this Nigeria.
Yes, yes.
And that's why I was telling them yesterday that if they have not read these two books, if they have not read those two books, one of these two books, that even if they are in bad mood or they are in depression, those are the books.
You get excited.
You will wake up. Your depression will disappear.
Yes. Because you know, one of the things that I got from this book, and many people must also I really desire that every Nigerian comes to that realization.
You actually said every Nigerian must read this book.
Must read this book. Every Nigerian must read this book. This one I'm talking about how the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. Every Nigerian must read it. Because when you read the book and you're done reading the book, there is no how you won't fall in love with your country. I started this show by saying that we don't love Nigeria, but when you read this book, you will love Nigeria. When you read this book, you will have the nation.
You will see the future.
The future.
Your hopelessness will disappear.
It will go. There will be a shift. There will be a shift in your paradigm. And what will be the shift in your paradigm? You'll begin to see the nation above tribe. You begin to see society
above our challenges.
Yes. You begin to picture the society right now with the hope of a beautiful Nigeria that yes, things can work in Nigeria.
And the person who put that music together did a good job.
Yeah.
He could see it.
Great. It was very clear. I mean, with the diversity, that's just like your book, The Beauty and Diversity, was so clear. Everybody was full of joy. And that's the Nigeria we want to see. Where you wouldn't wake up in the morning and be regretful and like, why am I in Nigeria? Why Nigeria? Why is it Nigeria? Why do God?
People will be getting visa. I told you, people will be looking for passports of Nigeria. You wait.
Yeah. And you said it.
And if everything had been okay, the way it was going before in this book, this is what would have been happening right now.
Right now. And I mean, with this kind of book, and even with a song like this, and with more details that we're going to be showing you in this book, you would be the first believer of Nigeria. I'm telling you would like, yes, I'm Nigerian.
You will become fanatical about Nigeria.
That's how you feel. That's how you feel. And I mean, if you've not shared this video, please go ahead and share it right now. We've not even gone to...
Because you are soon going to be showing...
Yeah, I'm going to be showing the statistics right now. I'm going to be showing some facts right now. I mean, you want to get everybody on board, every Nigerian. Because what we're going to be seeing right now, I tell you, if it doesn't blow your mind, then you don't have a mind.
Or you don't even have a feeling. You don't even have a heart.
You don't, yeah. Because
no way to not blow them.
Nah.
I sat down and I did this work.
Yourself.
Myself.
You told me.
I gathered a team together. We sat down here in this place. And everybody was crying. I mean, one girl was there. She was just crying. She was crying for like 6 hours. She was just weeping and weeping. But not out of hopelessness, but out of joy.
Joy, yes. Yes. And that's the kind of hope you feel from this book. I mean, I said it, like a mixed feeling. I couldn't drop the book. I had to just continue until I finished it. I could until the last chapter, to conclusion. That was how it was. Let's start with the presentation. Let's see the presentation.
Okay.
And then I always have a controller to control it from here.
Okay.
All right. So, except from the book, that's the book. Let's go to the next slide. Now, this was David Cameron, and he said if the amount of the money stolen from Nigeria in the past 30 years was stolen from the UK, you see what he said? He said the UK would cease to exist. Not that it will go into recession. No.
It will not be there again. There
would not be UK. And obviously, this is not a dance. This is someone who was the British
Prime Minister, the head of the country.
Yeah, so for him to make this statement, then he knows what he's saying. Let's see the next slide. Now, fighting corruption. This is one of your quotes from this Joe Biden.
That's the Vice President of
America, yes. Fighting corruption is not just good governance. It's self-defense and it is patriotism. This is one of the quotes that jumped out when I was reading your book. Now, you see, we have a government right now that is fighting corruption.
And we don't even know that.
And we don't
appreciate it. That is the best. That is good governance on one hand, and it is the best defense of the country. What that Shezela?
Yeah.
The best defense.
And this is true.
And it is true patriotism.
It is true patriotism. Is anyone who is there who claims to love Nigeria? If you're a Nigerian,
It will be shown only by your fight against corruption.
You fight.
This is not a Nigerian who said it, though. This is an American who said it.
You fight. You would fight against corruption. Let's see the next slide. I'm going somewhere. Next slide, please. Okay, this is where now is that.
Can you bring the
pointer, right?
Is it possible to use? No. Okay.
Okay. So at independence, now we're getting into the statistics. Now let everybody just fasten your seatbelt at this point. Okay. Fasten your seatbelt. We're getting.
You are warning everybody.
Yeah, we're changing.
What about the ones who have not yet shared?
If you've not shared, please go ahead and share right now.
And
share.
call.
Yeah, invite your friends. Call your friends.
Begin to
every
call.
Nigerian, because it's going to get more interesting from now. We're shifting gear now. So look at this. What is written here? At independence in 1960. Nigeria's gross domestic product per capita was higher at $559 than that of Singapore at $476.
But right now, Singapore has overtaken America in GDP per capita. Singapore has overtaken America. It has overtaken Great Britain. It has overtaken all European countries.
Number 1
in per capita.
Now, just because one of these things about this book is that it helps you put things into perspective. It puts things in perspective. That okay, now if as at 1960, Nigeria's GDP per capita was higher than that of Singapore today, let's assume everything was
just the same.
Going
at the same level.
It is an Otikpari situation.
situation. It's something they call obita or something. Obita or something. They used to write it. Low baton.
Yeah, low baton. Imagine. And it was not just, look at it, it was $559.
Gap day.
To $476. But today, Singapore, that we were higher than, is the leading. So imagine, that means today we
would have been the leading country in the world.
That's why I said that there's no reason under the earth why Nigeria is not number 1 nation in the world. And it will be.
This is just one fact.
This is just one.
Continue.
Let's continue to the next one.
No, you didn't finish it.
Okay, let's continue here. But today, Singapore's GDP per capita, this was as at 2016 though.
Yeah.
According to the World Bank report in 2016, has grown to $55,182.
Why Nigeria is less than 3,000? We just remain stagnant. Okay, let's go.
Next. Now, this is another fact.
Mind-blowing fact.
Another fact.
Okay.
It says about 20 trillion. People don't understand what trillion means, but wait. About $20 trillion had been stolen from Nigeria's coffers by leaders who had access to the nation's money between 1960 and 2005. This was
confirmed?
Yeah, by the person who said this was someone who worked with the EFCC. So this is from EFCC, which is
it's not just somebody who worked with. It's
the
chief
of staff
of EFCC.
Yeah, chief of staff
of EFCC.
Mm-hmm. And he got this statistics from UNDP, United Nations, and also it was confirmed by
World Bank.
So this is not just mere talk, but about 20 trillion. But let's give people the picture of what 20 trillion means. Next slide, please. Okay, I'll prefer it to be the other way. Okay, so talking about 20 million USD, 20 trillion USD. Remember that Nigeria's economy is presently worth 510 billion. This was at that time. Now, for your information, the whole European Union is worth only 17 to 20 trillion USD.
It's 17 trillion.
Right, 17 trillion USD. Now, that is talking about all the 28 countries that are part of the European Union. And America, which is the single richest country in the world, is worth right now $20 trillion.
No, at that time.
But at that time, it was 16 to 17 trillion dollars by GDP as of 2013. At the same time, China's GDP was worth 10 trillion USD, and Japan was 4.6 trillion USD
At that time.
at that time. And these are the top
Countries in the world.
GDP. But $20 trillion was stolen. And this is not what we earned.
What was stolen was more than the economy of the
of European Union, of the US.
More than the US economy, more than Japanese economy, and
more than
Chinese
China.
economy. My God, mind blowing.
And this is at that time. This is not even their few years back, but this is present day reality. Wow. Let's go to the next slide, please. Now, this is we're now going to, apart from, let's put that 20 trillion aside now. Okay, let's put the 20 trillion aside. Let's now go to what was stolen just within the space of how many years? Just 16
years. Yeah. 6 years. Eh?
Yeah, 2009, 2015.
Okay, 6 years.
Yeah,
yes.
this is not even the whole 16 years. This is just 6 years. Because if we talk 16 years, that's another one entirely.
Okay.
But 16 years. Now, this is the former governor of Central Bank.
Solido.
Yeah, Professor Solido.
Charles
Solido. Chukwuma Solido. Now, he alleged that 30 trillion naira, that is an equivalent of
is it naira?
Yeah, 30 trillion naira, which is equivalent to $200 billion. Yeah, dollars was stolen was lost to corruption in Nigeria, and this is only in 6 years.
Only 6 years, 200 billion. That is the GDP. That is the budget, the national budget of France. That's the budget of France. That's about the budget of the United Kingdom. Yearly budget.
That was stolen in 6 years.
Yes, in Nigeria alone.
Hey. $200 billion USD in 6 years. And what even blew my mind was this money was just.
And this is the chairman of the central bank, or what do you call it?
Of Central Bank of
Governor
of
the Central Bank of Nigeria. So he knows what he's talking about.
The governor. $200 billion USD.
He said, what blew your mind was?
I said, what blew my mind about this is that this money, when it was calculated, it was just what came from just one sector.
Only one sector, only from the oil.
From the oil.
Only from the oil.
Only the oil.
You see, these things are in these books, and people don't even know.
They don't know.
And I've been living with you in this same, and I've been quiet. I've just been.
You didn't even say anything.
I said, why are people not reading? Do you know you could have known this information like a year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago. But you know what is even mind blowing about this? Actually, one of the things I love about this book, and why I want everybody to read this book, is because some people might know these facts, but they're not able to
put in perspective on how to use it to correct the situation in the country right now.
And that's what I got from this book. And then also juxtaposing this amount of money with other nations. What does it mean? Okay, what does it mean that Nigeria lost, or 200 billion was stolen from Nigeria's economy within 6 years? What does that mean?
Do you have a slide?
I have it.
Compared to other countries that
Next slide.
Let's see. Okay. Let's see.
Next slide. Okay, but this is me breaking down. This is me breaking down how the 200 billion. We'll just see it.
Okay.
Let us take. Now, this was 20 billion that was missing under the NNPC. This was what
Solido alleged.
Solido alleged. But
this is just the 20 billion. This is not even the 200 billion.
This was what this young man, Sanusi.
Yes, Sanusi. Yes.
He brought up a case against the NNPC that they lost, that 20 million was taken. But 20 billion was taken. Let's read it. Let us take the 20 billion that was missing unaccounted for under the NNPC coffers since 2012. Now, if we make these calculations for 18 months, we have a staggering $1.1 billion
missing monthly.
1.1 billion that was missing every month. Dollars.
Being stolen every month.
Every month. $1.1 billion every month. And now, if we take this for 5 years,
so 60 months.
Or 60 months, we have the sum of $66 billion that was stolen from NNPC. Now, what this means in simple English is that 66 billion added no value to the national GDP in the years under review. This money is either in private accounts to foreign banks or buried in inconspicuous buildings to prevent being detected by the authorities. That's number one.
Okay.
Let's go to the next one. Number two. Taking the former Edo State governor's claim, this was Oshomole's claim that $30 per barrel above budget benchmark of $79 not accounted for. So the barrel was sold at 39, but the actual price was 79, but it was not accounted for. Now this means that for excess crude account, we have a total amount of $27 billion in the period under review.
We're supposed to have.
That we're meant to have, but
we're having 3.
But we're having 3 billion in the excess crude
instead
account.
of having 30. 27 was missing.
Yes.
27 billion was missing. Next one.
Next one. Number 3. The subsidy probes, okay, in the House of Representatives have reviewed that.
These things are in the book, oh?
Yes, they're all in. All these are excerpts from the books.
Okay.
So the subsidy probes in the House of Representatives have revealed that $5 billion is lost annually to oil thieves. These are oil thieves.
These are the things they were saying they do in River State.
Yeah.
They are bunkering.
Now, this simply means that $0.41 billion was lost monthly.
That's just to
oil thieves. People are just taking the oil money. Now, if we take this average for a period of 5 years, we have how much? 25 billion.
Another 25 billion. Okay.
Next, number 4. The subsidy probes have also revealed that $1.5 billion were lost to suspicious waiver on petroleum products in 9 months. 1.5 billion in 9 months. Now, when this is calculated over the period of 5 years, this is 9.
I have another 9 billion.
6 billion.
Okay.
Next, number 5. Now, the 2011 subsidy scam reveals $6.8 billion was lost in revenue to unscrupulous and phony marketers and corrupt government officials and their cronies during this period. This is another money that was lost.
Okay.
Then number 6, I think this will be the final one. Now, lastly, we must not forget the Malabo oil scam of 2011.
With Atiku.
Yeah, with Atiku. Now, this cost the nation the sum of $1 billion. Now, these figures calculated at their minimum possible values shows that a total probable missing stolen money or stolen oil funds in 16 months over the period under review was $142 billion.
That is what we could calculate that from the newspapers.
Just by calculation.
Not the 200 that Solido said from his own calculations, from knowing the figures, being the governor of the central bank. But this is just by looking at the newspapers. So it comes to the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what it says. Let's go to the next slide. Now, I want to put this into perspective. Okay. So you see, it's about perspective. Okay. What does that $200 billion that was stolen?
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
What is 200 billion? I don't know. It's just figure.
What does that mean? Let's go. See. Okay. Now we're comparing it to nations. Now to put it into perspective, the amount of money lost in 6 years is
only 6 years.
Yeah.
200 billion. Okay.
Is is bigger than the whole economy of the country I'm living in right now.
Ukraine. What Nigeria lost in 6 years is more than the whole country. Not their budget, but their GDP, their whole worth of Ukraine. Okay.
Last one is 7 billion. Kuwait,
the oil-rich Kuwait.
The oil-rich Kuwait.
What we lost in 6 years, not the whole of Nigeria, only 6 years alone. More than the whole economy of Kuwait, GDP of Kuwait. Okay.
Let's continue. Morocco that we have today.
No, you jumped. Libya.
Libya. That's 74 billion.
We've had our own is like 3 times the economy of Libya.
Hungary, which is a European nation.
One of the leading European countries. So we have what we lost in 6 years alone.
Yes, is more than their whole economy.
The whole country. Okay.
Next, Morocco, 142 billion. Romania, another European country, that's 189 billion. Belarus, 71 billion. Syria, 71 billion. Angola, 124 billion. Vietnam, 171 billion. And all of these are facts based on 2013.
And what we lost alone to
in 6 years.
We cannot account for is more than all these countries. And our Nigerians are running to these countries now to look for survival. Anyway, before we go to statistics, let's go to one of your videos. We'll continue later on. So that we'll just give people relief.
Yeah, relief. There's a video I want us to watch now. That's the first video. You know,
you see, these things are in this book, so, and people are passing by this book, they are not even checking it. And it's for free. You can get this book for free on Kindle Unlimited. Okay.
I want to start with a video because now I want us to get something into perspective about the
because after that video you will come back with even more serious statistics than this one. So let's cool them down first.
Definitely, because you know an average Nigerian don't understand this. Because an average Nigerian would want to tell me that it is better for me to vote for a person that will steal our money and that will share our money too. So an average Nigerian is thinking of let somebody who is let them steal our money and then share to me.
Maybe it will get to me.
It will get to me. But they don't understand.
It is at the cost of your progress, of your development, of your future. All these countries, what in these 6 years alone, what was lost? It's more than all these countries where we are all living as refugees now. Because we have shared.
We have shared it.
We didn't use it to develop our own country. Those people didn't share, they used it to develop their country.
Let's watch the first video. This is just an average Nigerian, an average Nigerian on the street, you see.
Okay.
An average Nigerian on the street, and he was asked a question about voting. Let's just watch the video,
okay,
and then we'll see. The first video.
Pero is someone.
Na Piat, Divaset Piat.
So we're going to show you the video. Please go and get the book. The book where all these statistics are is How Nigerian Economy Can Overtake American Economy. Then the second one is How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. Okay, let's go.
All right.
All right, Okamuyiwa, let's change the situation of this country. Okay, sir, what will be your own reaction to the Punch newspaper this morning?
Yes, my own reaction that, like what my colleague said, that make Buhari go Daura and sit down and relax in that Daura. We want that situation to happen in this country, and then the kind of suffering where we suffered this 3 years ago, we cannot continue in that suffering again because they have steal our money and keep it. All those tarmac are eating the money, so we don't want all those things to be happening in this country. We want people to be benefit under stealing people who they will steal the money, come and share people to understand, and they were happy about it. It's not that they will just keep the money and the money is not working.
All right, good question. You said something right now about stealing and sharing.
Yes.
Stealing and sharing, is that a right thing to do?
I think it's a right thing to do because those who are stealing, they are not showing us love, and those who ruled before, they are showing us love. Everybody was happy about it. You understand?
All right. In as much, I disagree with Ogai's opinion on stealing and sharing.
Can you see what this? And this is an average.
No, I've seen other videos where the same thing has been said. Yeah.
Yesterday, I spoke with a lady in this Ukraine, and she was still telling me that she prefers the previous government that at least they will steal money and they will share at least 3 coups will come to the
everybody
than for this government because they're not receiving money. But you see how people are uninformed. They don't even know. They don't know what they are saying. I don't know if they don't know.
You have another video too.
I have another video, but the second video I have now is very sad.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, because you will see someone who is meant to be let's watch the video. Let me not talk.
Okay.
Let's just watch the video. Let me not even give introduction.
Okay.
And you hear what this man has to say.
Number 2, right?
Number 2.
And they say apostle has not been talking. I'm not going to be talking. I'll be talking spiritual thing. From the spirit. That's the truth. Apostle, what do I vote for? Are you going to vote for who will kill you? Even if you are deaf, can't you see? Let anybody be angry. I will say what I want to say. Never vote for anybody that will cut off your neck. I say so. Put it on the internet, take it everywhere. Listen, we may not have a better option. We may not have a better whatever. But The man that will steal your money is better than the one that will take your life. I have spoken.
That's it.
The man that will steal
He will
your money.
steal your money. And look at
That's what the book is talking
that's
about.
what the book is talking about. So this is all this is all let them steal
And he's a leader in the country.
with millions
How
of
can this
followers.
kind of person become a leader in that country? Anyway, so he said, just invite and vote in somebody who will steal.
A person that will steal your money is okay.
And they want the country to be better.
and they want to continue to be better.
And to change. Okay.
Let's see the other. Okay, maybe we can come over.
You have another video?
Yeah, I have another
Okay.
video, and this is the video of
Number 3.
Number 3 video. Yeah. Let's see number 3 video. Then we'll come back to some mind blowing
Statistics.
things. I was like, well, no. Yeah, number 3 video.
That was Suleiman.
That was Johnson Suleiman.
Okay, we have a video now.
Okay.
Oh, Nitoje. 30. This book.
That's book.
Is this the one you are
Yeah,
talking about?
this is it. Yeah.
We can't hear what they're saying.
What happened to this? I guess we'll have to fix the sound.
Did they start from the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning. There should be sound. Well, this video is talking about the corruption that was checkmated by Sanusi. But,
Okay.
yeah.
What was he saying?
So basically, it was the case of the NNPC.
Was that the National Assembly or what?
Yeah. The National Assembly with design and all of them.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe if that does not work, let's go to the 4th video then.
Yes, in the report I took that's leadership video.
All right. So, dear viewers, if you're still with us, don't get off the train.
Because the real thing that will blow your mind
Is still ahead. It's still ahead.
We keep the best for the last.
For the last, trust me. Are we good? All right, let's have it.
The Nigerian government says the whistleblower policy, which was instituted to check illicit cash flow, is yielding the desired results. A sum of 7.8 million naira, 300 million naira, and 27,000 pounds are so far proceeds from the policy since its inception in December 2016. Now, this was disclosed by the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adelaja, during a media briefing in Abuja, the capital city. The minister, who was speaking on the state of the nation, says the recovery was generated from 1,231 actual tips and information given from reliable sources. Now, while expressing satisfaction at the positive responses in tax payment, which leaped from 14 million to over 19 million, Adelaja noted that 13.8 billion naira was recovered from tax evasion offenders. The minister, however, assured that over 400 million naira will, in this month, be paid to 14 people who gave specific information on tax evasion from companies who deliberately underpaid their taxes.
Started quite a while ago, and December 2016, and since then we've had 8,373 communications, of which 1,231 are actually tips. We've done 534 investigations. We've got 10 under prosecution, and we've secured 4 convictions. But and then I think the numbers on what's been recovered so far have been shared: 7.8 billion naira, $378 million.
Naira, over $300 million. Let's continue.
And 27,800 pounds. But more recently, that is this week, because we pay the whistleblowers in batches. And so this month's batch I wanted to speak a little bit about, because for the first time we're paying 439,276,099 naira and 86 kobo to about 14 people who gave us specific tips on tax evasion. And so we were able, because of the specific information they gave us about companies, or companies in this case, who had either deliberately, or in most cases deliberately, as a policy, underpaid their taxes, we were able with that specific information to go in to those companies, communicate with them, and we've been able to recover the sum of 13.8 billion as a result of those specific tips. And so we're paying those that set of whistleblowers this month. So that's different for us because
I chose to play this video because I wanted to just juxtapose it with what that guy said, that it's better for somebody who's coming to steal our money. You know, this is one of the things you talked about in this book too, about what Buhari and the whistleblower policy has done. And look at the amount of money that was just gotten between maybe the first 2 years thereabouts of when the whistleblowing policy, I mean, and this is just from the tax.
That was the first 6 months.
Yeah, first 6 months. Over 13 billion, close to 14 billion naira was gotten from. So this is a government that is fighting corruption, and they will start putting in policies. And I brought this video because in this book you explain very clearly that if only the whole nation embraced this policy,
whistleblowing policy,
this whistleblowing, if the whole nation,
and they will be paid for it though.
Yes, they just mentioned that the first said they're going to be paid 480 million naira to just 40 people. 14 people who gave tips. And you know how many millions of dollars were found in houses. And then the other
thanks to whistleblowers.
Yeah, thanks to whistleblowing policy to curb corruption. So I mean, why did I choose to show these videos? It's just for every Nigerian to understand how important it is for the whole nation. We need to galvanize the whole nation. Everybody must know that our responsibility is to fight against this corruption. It is not the responsibility of the government alone, but everybody. And that's the whole idea of the whistleblower. The whistleblowing policy is for just any citizen who has information to where corruption is happening to just take responsibility and give us the tip. Let us know. Let's recover this money so that we can begin to change. We can begin to build our nation, and to be very clear that the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. But
you have another video?
Yeah, and there's a final video that I want us to see, and then we'll go back to our presentation. The final video.
Topping up with kerosene. Like most low-income earners in Nigeria, Alimatu Suleiman uses this fuel to fire up the stove. It's a major part of her expenditure as she cooks meals for the family here every day.
We buy this one.
When all my children are at home, I'll use up one of these in just 3 days. It costs me about 700 naira.
That's nearly $1 a litre. Do you know what the price is supposed to be?
I don't know the price.
She's unaware that she's paying almost 4 times the official price. The government subsidises kerosene, but the benefit is not being passed on to Nigerians. Mrs. Suleiman is one of millions of victims of what the central bank suggests is a huge swindle. The central bank report says that every month 5 tankers laden with kerosene come into the port here. But it also says that the money that's paid out in subsidies is basically a racket, and about $100 million are made for a syndicate each month.
If you withdraw the subsidy on kerosene...
During a parliamentary hearing, the oil minister and state oil company officials denied allegations of malpractice. There have been calls now for an audit.
And from even NMPC's submission...
The central bank governor, Lamido Sanusi, said $20 billion had not been accounted for. But Mr. Sanusi was himself then accused of financial recklessness and was swiftly suspended. This is not a traffic jam. It's one of the massive fuel queues that have caused misery in recent days. A further sign that all's not well in the oil sector.
So they want to come back to the time of
numerous investigations into the NMPC, the state-run oil company, and they all point to the same thing, that billions and billions of dollars are going missing, unaccounted for. And the fact that this institution has never been cleaned up makes many people believe that those who are benefiting from the scams are simply too powerful to be touched. Some young Nigerians are saying enough is enough.
Your government takes money.
Brought together via social media, they're demanding accountability and an end to the looting by politically connected cartels.
It's just like somebody collecting social benefits or welfare in the name of the citizens. That's what's going on, right? And the citizens don't get a direct benefit. It's another foolery that somebody sits somewhere and is taking a chunk of the treasury in our names. And that's the message the citizens need to get this time around.
Nigerians know they're being ripped off, but there are few signs that the government is doing much to stop it. Will Ross, BBC News, Nigeria.
Well,
and the amount is $20 trillion.
$20 trillion.
That's since independence. But in our time now, the past few years, 6 years,
yeah,
200 billion.
200 billion. And that is not when the 16 years of PDP passed.
That's just the 20 years.
Just 20, just
6 years.
6 years. Just within, just 6 years.
6 years.
1999.
200 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 16 years of PDP was 1 trillion.
1 trillion. 1 trillion in 16 years. No, there's no, where is it? Can't lay our hands on it. All right.
Let's go to let's just examine the one for 6 years.
Let's see what it can do to Nigeria.
What it could have done, what that 200 billion could have given Nigeria.
Yeah, let's go back to the slide now. Now we're getting
to the meat. This is when they need to call their wives and their children. Everybody in Nigeria, especially people in Nigeria, must go and watch this. I think they are in church now. They have to go leave that church and come and put on their Facebook, or YouTube.
Yeah, let's begin to see now what $200 billion could have done to Nigeria.
This is what was just lost in 6 years. So we are not talking about the whole of independence.
Yeah.
In 16 years of PDP, it was 1 trillion that has been lost. But in all of Nigeria, it is 20 trillion. But let's just take the minimum. The one for 6 years, 200 billion.
200 billion. Let's see, next slide. Okay, I think this still talks about...
Yeah, still read this too.
According to 2013 World Bank report, the amount of 200 billion we lost in 6 years is 4 times the whole economy of Ghana.
4 times the economy of Ghana.
4 times that of Ethiopia.
The economy of Ethiopia.
4 times the economy of Tunisia. And Kenya.
4 times the economy of Kenya. Okay.
And it gets more interesting. So let me bring it closer home. To compare the amount of GDP of some countries where Nigerians now run to as economic refugees. Let's go to the next slide. Next slide. Now, they lost $200 billion.
Only in 6 years?
Yeah, only in 6 years. As of 2013, we're talking about 6 times the budget of Cameroon. 10 times the size of the economy of Zambia.
10 times?
Lost in 6 years, oh.
Continue.
10 times the economy of Uganda, 10 times the economy of Gabon, 14 times the economy of Senegal, 14 times the economy of Botswana, 14 times the economy of Jamaica, and 14 times the economy of Congo, 14 times the economy of Equatorial Guinea and Mozambique. The money lost in 6 years.
Shineke. Shineke, oh, Shineke.
God.
And people are not even knowing, they don't even buy this book. They don't even know what to do with it. But let's continue.
Let's continue. Next. Now, the amount we lost in 6 years is half the whole economy of South Africa. Denmark, Venezuela, Colombia, Thailand, Austria, Iran, United Arab Emirates, and Malaysia.
Nigeria is rich. Why is Nigeria, and he's still Nigeria is still standing on his feet?
Still standing.
Still surviving.
Still surviving.
Okay, let's go.
Oh my! He said, "Oh my God, what a country
we would have
built
if not for the monster of corruption."
This is exactly what this book. This book is the book that deals with the monster of corruption
in Nigeria.
Let's go to the next slide. Now let's see 20 things.
20 things. I think if you have telephone or what you call it.
Yeah, you can take a screenshot.
You can take a screenshot. Yeah. Or maybe they should go and buy the book or get the book for free. For free even. Okay, let them use the screenshot, Papa.
All right, let's go. Number 1. Let's go to the next slide. The cost of 1,000 megawatts of a gas power electricity plant is 1 billion USD.
Okay.
Okay. With 200 billion USD, that's $200 billion, we could have produced enough electricity to rival any developed country. For example.
So if 1 billion is, this is what I forgot to write in the book. If 1 billion is the price of 1 gigawatt, megawatt, so we would have produced 16 with the 16 billion that was lost.
Yes.
Now we are still at 5.
We're still at 5 million.
Oh, yes. Okay, go ahead.
So, for example, South Africa produces just over 40 megawatts, and also UK. We can produce 4 times that amount.
We can produce 4 times more electricity than the
UK.
Just with that money in 6 years that was lost. And we are saying we don't have money for electricity. 4 times the size of electricity of UK and South Africa.
We lost in 6 years.
Okay.
And with so it says we can produce 4 times that amount, and with electricity, our development will definitely be hugely accelerated.
That's point.
That's number 1. Number 2.
Nice slide.
$200 billion will provide safe and clean water to the entire world for 20 years.
People don't know what these figures mean, though.
That's what I'm saying.
200 billion.
In 6 years.
That's what we lost.
We lost.
We have provided
water to the whole world for 20 years, non-stop.
And then you see the wickedness of the West, too. Because 200 billion is nothing to the West. In fact, America right now, they just budgeted 700 billion only for their wall.
For their wall. Yeah.
For the wall.
For the wall.
No, not for the wall. For the
wall.
security defense.
Okay, wall. Okay.
For the defense. 700 billion. Which, and they know they only need 200 billion to provide water for the whole world. Nobody would have been suffering. And so the callosity of Western countries is unimaginable.
For the world, yeah.
For with 200 billion, if you could have provided free water for the whole world, what are these European countries doing? And our own politicians and thieves, they are stealing this thing.
8 billion, that's for 8 billion, for 6 billion people, right? Or 8 billion.
8 billion people. Even more than the people that are living now.
We have now, yeah. Because the price for providing water for the whole world is 10 billion a year.
Wow.
So with 10 billion a year to provide for 80 billion people.
And we have 200
billion. 200 billion. We can provide for the whole world.
For 10 years.
For 20, Pastor.
For 20 years.
20 years.
My God.
Okay. Number 3. Slide this here. $200 billion can provide MMR vaccine to every child in the world 20 times over.
So there won't have been vaccine problem in the world.
No. All this one that we have a complaint of people having measles, all those mumps, rabies, all this, that's what it is.
Okay, go ahead.
So it says $200 billion will pay for the registration of all, now this is another one.
Okay.
$200 billion will pay for the registration of all aspiring Nigerian youths who want to register for WAEC and UTME at the rate of 25,000 naira per student. And so let's say Nigerian youths are 70 million in number, it could pay for them for the next 20 years.
Consecutively. Free.
They don't have to even struggle for WAEC. And you know how many people are struggling to pay for WAEC?
Even me, I couldn't pay. Next one.
Next one. With $200 billion, we can sponsor the whole United Nations relief operation for 15 years consecutively. Bearing in mind that for the year 2014, the budget for relief operation was $13 billion.
So we could, for 15 years, just sponsor the whole,
the
whole UN. And this is what we just
lost. The money we lost in 6 years.
We are not even talking about the whole of 40, 50 years.
We're not talking about the 20 trillion that we can't even find. Where is it?
Next one.
Next. With $200 billion, we could feed the entire Nigerian population of 170 million people free for 10 months.
Free? 3 square meal?
3 square meal.
And there are people in that country who are hungry today. Okay, next one.
Next, 6.
You want to give us 20 points?
Yeah.
Okay.
With $200 billion, We could sponsor all.
These are all quotations from my
from
books.
the book. It's not my.
Okay.
They're all calculated fast.
Yes.
With $200 billion, we could sponsor over 2,000 Nigerians' mission to Mars.
And we have never been to Mars even.
I don't think they haven't planning to.
Okay.
India spent $75 million on their mission to Mars.
So we could have
sponsored 2,000
missions to Mars and come back.
And we'll come back.
Next point.
Number 7. With $200 billion US, we could rebuild Nigerian Airways and equip it with the latest Boeing 767 for the price of $188 million each, and we'll have 150 aircraft in our Nigerian Airways.
It would have been the best and the biggest in the world.
In the world.
Only with what we lost in 6 years.
In 6 years. This is just number 7.
They have killed the country.
We have 13 more. Next. Now, not too many people know that Nigeria does not only assemble cars, but now we manufacture our own cars from scratch. That's with Innocence. This Nigerian manufactured vehicle are as good as Nissan's, Opel, or any foreign-made cars. Now, Innocent IVM pickup trucks is what our Nigerian police uses today. At 20,000 USD per truck, we could buy 1 million brand new trucks for the Nigerian police for the next 10 years. And in such a case, crime will have no place in Nigeria.
How many? 1 million cars?
Just for police.
Just through that money alone. Keep on going.
Next. 9. When the tragedy of 9/11 occurred in 2011 in America, the whole world stood still because of its magnitude, because of the World Trade Center. It says, but with $200 billion, we can build 50 World Trade Centers, because each one of the newly built ones cost $4 billion. That is to say, we can have a World Trade Center in every state capital in Nigeria.
And we don't even have one now.
We don't have one.
Okay.
Next. Number 11. Okay.
Number
10. With 200 billion USD, we could pay the salary of the youth corps for the next 1,500 years.
1,500 years. This is how rich Nigeria is, eh?
For 6 years. God. If each of them receives 20,000 naira monthly, that's $200 billion. Also, will provide 2 laptops for every Nigerian alive.
For every Nigerian alive. 2 laptops.
Every Nigerian will have 2 laptops. If a laptop costs 100,000 naira. Let's go to the next one. 11. If a national stadium costs $50 million to build, with 200 billion, we could build a national stadium in every state and we still have enough money left. And there are many stadiums that we have standard stadiums.
Go ahead.
Next, 12. With $200 billion, Nigeria could have 1,000 F-35C Lightning II fighter jets in their Air Force. And each of these jets cost how much? 200 million each. So we have 1,000 fighter jets. Hey, I'll complain of Boko Haram. Next, 13. With $200 billion, Nigeria could own our own continent of islands. The world's most expensive island, that's the Lanai Island in Hawaii, costs only $500 million. We could purchase 400 of those islands and have 400 little countries under Nigeria.
Just for what we lost in 4 years, in 6 years. Okay.
Next. Now, if you were to put $200 billion or
$1 bill.
you had to put $200 billion $1 bill end to end. You could make 20 round trips to the moon.
2 times. Go to the moon and come back 20 times. If you put $1, pack it like this. That is how much $120 billion.
200 billion.
200 billion is. Okay.
You heard me right. You may have to read that again to get what he's saying. 200 billion could have translated into millions of vaccinations for children, which could have saved the lives of so many kids today. There are too many children roaming the streets that need vaccinations and good health care and have been denied that. A lot of children die daily from common diseases like malaria, cholera, dysentery. Many are poorly fed. With $200 billion, we can
turn things
around for the future generations.
And they will be in school, they will be fed, everything.
Next. $200 billion could have become thousands of kilometers of roads constructed. Many of our roads in Nigeria are nothing but death traps. It is fast appearing that the safest mode of transportation in the country now is trekking. Yeah. The air transport system is not as safe thanks to the monumental corruption in the regulatory agencies. The rail system has been largely abandoned, and it is the best old-fashioned. The roads are not fit for modern day transport systems. We could have turned this around if large amounts of funds have not been stolen from our.
And this is what Buhari started turning around little by little now, fixing. Yeah. Right.
Next. 16. $200 billion could have become thousands of schools built. There are too many children roaming the streets that need to go to school today and get good education, but have been denied it. With $200 billion, we could turn this around for the future generations. 17. $200 billion could have become thousands of hospitals in every town in Nigeria. In a country where the poor lack the resources to access modern healthcare facilities, building a well-furnished primary healthcare facility in every local government and town is not too much to ask if $200 billion can be invested in it. Next, number 18. 200 billion could have become a 100% water supply in all towns and villages of Nigeria. With many dying of waterborne diseases like typhoid, cholera, and others, access to clean water in Nigeria can be a possibility if we invest $200 billion in it. 19. $200 billion could have resolved our electricity problem, giving us 100% supply to every home. It has been said that if we can fix the power sector in the country, about half of our problems have been solved. Employment will be generated, more businesses will spring up, support services for businesses will be created, and the GDP will be on the rise. Injecting the additional sum of $200 billion will make this happen.
And that was what was just stolen in 6 years.
In 6 years.
In 16 years, it was 1 trillion.
1 trillion. In 45 years, it was $20 trillion.
Okay, go ahead.
Next, 20. As we speak, more than 20 of Nigeria's 36 states are presently struggling to pay salaries of workers. In fact, as I write, as at March 2017, some have not paid their workers for this year. The sum of $200 billion will pay the combined workers of Kwara, Ekiti, Enugu for a continuous period of over 60 years. If the minimum wage is $18,500 per worker and the number of workers are 1 million, need I say more? Let me, however, remind you that we're only talking about what? The money that was lost in the oil sector of Nigeria. Alone. That $200 billion was lost in the oil sector.
I'm not talking about the whole of Nigeria. Can you imagine now why Joe Biden said fighting corruption is good governance?
Yes, and that's self-defense.
And it is self-defense.
And it is patriotism.
The only patriotism. So you see why I said, even if Buhari becomes impotent, I mean not impotent, but paralyzed, but he can still take decision and sit down there. Which I still prefer him to Atiku. Because that is self-defense. That is patriotism. And that is good governance.
That is good governance.
And that's where we have to start from.
I have one extra Jara, please. Okay. In Nigeria, we call something Jara. We say
bonus.
Bonus. Let's see one bonus. Let's go back to that slide. I put one bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, just Jara for our people. Okay. Now, let's paint another picture.
Okay.
Dubai, as we have it, has become one of the wonders of the 21st century. Okay.
Yes.
And the wonder of Dubai itself is called the Burj Khalifa. Burj
Khalifa building. The hotel.
Yeah. It is the tallest building in the world, measuring 2.7 feet. Now, for comparison's sake, it was built for $1.5 billion. Only. Now, what does that mean? Which is chicken change to our politicians in Nigeria. Yes, 1.5 is chicken change. Now, let's continue. It says, if we are now saying that in 6 years, you see, in 6 years, we lost $200 billion. With that amount of money judiciously used, every state capital of Nigeria will have its own Burj Khalifa building. Now, that on its own would make Nigeria a tourist attraction more than Dubai, and maybe more than the United States of America. Nigeria only has 36 states. After constructing this massive structure in every state, we will still have enough money to build over 70 more.
Of constructions. You will build for every state capital,
and you still have
70.
enough money to build 70 more.
This is what we just lost in 6 years alone. Now you understand why these people, why Buhari is talking about corruption all the time.
6 years. 6 years. And all of these things are in the book.
In fact, they need to read my book. Even Buhari himself needs to read my book. The vice president needs to read my book.
All of them.
All of them need to read this book.
Yes.
Because the way they are even talking, it's like they don't even know what I've written about in this book. They don't even have the argument. They are not even doing their research or what.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think this is the best.
I'm sure some people might want to call.
Open the call.
Do people want to call? Let's see if we have callers. I'm sure there will be callers. A lot of people would like to contribute to this, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have.
So what was happening to you while you are reading all this?
Pastor, I was when I get a book and I start reading that book and I say I cannot drop that book down.
It means something. It means it's more than ordinary.
Yeah, it's not.
But more than just the statistic, this book tells us the solution.
How to solve it. How to handle corruption. How to get corruption like this on your hand and destroy it. And fix
That was in this book.
Yes. What we can do with corruption. We're just.
So now with those things that you know, now compare the title of this book to the information we just got. Is it a truthful title?
I mean, for real, we say how Nigerian economy can overtake. You know, we will not just overtake. We would
dominate.
We would dominate as we will go. America will just be like our junior brother.
Just like China is doing now. We'll be doing the same thing.
Yes. Because we won't just overtake them. You know, you can overtake and just overtake small, but we will leave behind.
We
leave them.
If anybody wants to call to the program, anybody that wants to add or contribute to this program, please go ahead and do the way we normally do it. Go to Facebook Messenger. And when you get to Facebook Messenger, look for Move Agents. One word, Move Agents. Once you get there, write that you want to call. Just drop us a text that you want to call, and we will call you back. We'll write you and call you back.
Yeah, I mean, every Nigerian must get this book. Everybody must.
So what was happening to you when you were getting to know this information for the first time?
I was like, oh, how come I'm just reading this book?
You are regretting reading the book so late.
Just now, how come I'm just reading this book? With all of these things about my country, Nigeria. You know, I told you that night that I was like, Nigeria. All of these things, the money, the knowledge in that book. I mean, how ignorant can we be? We're still shouting.
I think we have
a caller now. Hello, caller.
Hello, DSA.
All right.
Hello,
yes,
DSA.
Yes, sir. Who is calling from where?
This is Oshiba Jamaica calling from Lagos.
Have you read this book?
Yes. Oh my God. You see, this is one book that needs to go to the public domain. If this book gets to public domain, I've been watching for quite some weeks now about some pronouncement by some people who will tell you that a thief is better than somebody that will kill you.
Yes, I mean we played the video today.
Yeah, and you know, it's I cannot even imagine because that statement is one of the it comes out from a high level of ignorance.
True.
And a high level of lack of regard for the souls of Nigerians. And here is my question that I asked the people that comes out boldly to defend some of this nonsensical saying. I said, what is the greatest killer in Nigeria?
Good question.
Is it the headsman that has been killing the most? Let's take the journey back for the past 20 years. And I told them that, look, the person who stole your money that was supposed to be used to build your health care.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be used to build your roads.
Yes.
That was supposed to be used to give you good education, give you good water.
Yes.
That person has killed more people in this country
than headsmen.
Than the headsmen have killed.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That person has killed more people in this country than the Boko Haram has killed. So when a pastor comes on his pulpit and just opens his mouth and with passion and is misleading people based on emotionalism and sentiments and tell people to not vote for somebody who will steal your money, I see that as lack of understanding, and those people should not even be referred as men of God.
They should not have any member.
Because when if you read, anybody that reads this book will not even, you cannot even think for once that you want to go back to an article to come and be the president of this country.
Never.
Because these people don't have one passion. They don't have a heart for the soul of any Nigerian. Because for somebody who stole this amount of money from this country, for people, the wealth of this country is shared among a few people, and they are laughing at us. We are like prawns in the pyramid. They're just laughing at. We look well. The majority of the Nigerians voters and people who are clamoring for during this political era, most of them are misinformed. They don't have information. So I clamor so much that a lot of Nigerians, these are the kind of books that you get into our institutions.
Yeah.
Let people see the statistics. Because a lot of people, I was talking last night with somebody, with a friend of mine who's a young little teenager in the US who's not based here, that was clamoring for article. All I did was just gave him the statistics, and I gave him, this guy has been, a lot of propaganda has been sold to him that this present government have not done anything. And all I needed to do was to give him the facts. And I tell you that this guy has not even seen this fact before. Because all he has been hearing on the social media, all he has been hearing everywhere is that Buhari is a killer, Buhari is a killer. And there is a level you tell lies. I think it was Adolf Hitler that said it. That you tell lies so much, it becomes the truth. And people are buying into that. So to come to think of what is happening in this country right now, and this, based on the statistic, what you are even doing right now is you are still just scratching the surface of the book. You're just giving
the book. The book is pregnant.
You're just scratching the surface. Because when we talk about corruption, people just think corruption is about, hey, somebody stole some money and we're able to get something back. They don't know the effect of what it does to people. When you see a lot of people who are uneducated in this country, look, the majority of the people that these political people use are the uneducated and the uninformed people. And why are they still uneducated? Because somebody stole the money that would have sent them to school.
So this book has to be translated to every native Nigerian language.
Yes, sir. Every language. People need to understand what has been deprived us. People need to understand the capacity in Nigeria.
Yeah.
People need to understand. Somebody was making a comment earlier, and he was saying that when the figures are being rolled out, and he was saying that maybe it is because of our population that has worked against us, judging by what our population was as at the time of independence and what we are right now. And I answered the person now, and I said, our population ought to be our strength.
Yeah.
Our population ought to be our strength, because do you know that there are a lot of countries in the world, there are a lot of states in the world who don't even have any, they don't even have any resources. The only resource they have is their numbers, and they have been able to use their number. And an example of that is New York, for example. One of the reasons why New York has thrived, they have capitalized on their numbers, on their population, and they have developed their human capacity.
Same with China.
Yes, and that is why when you look at their human capacity, they have built their economy based on their human capacity.
Same with Japan.
Yes, so population is even our strength. As a matter of fact, the ethnicity that people are using as a weapon to divide us is supposed to even be our strength. Yes. These are the advantages that Nigeria has that we are supposed to use as a strength to build a great nation. Right. I can tell you that if people read this book and they follow the nuggets and the wisdom in this book, it will not be long when Nigeria will overtake a nation like America. What is America?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
what does America have? What does America have? If you come to Nigeria, you will see a lot of land. Agriculture alone, Benue State alone can feed the whole of Africa. Just Benue.
Okay. Apart from this book, have you read the second book? Show the second book.
That is
How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World.
I have it, but I want to finish this. I want to completely finish this one first. I'm towards the last chapter. I want to finish this one first before I go to the other one, because
So what were the emotions that were going through you when you were reading this one?
Sir, it is unbelievable. I was first of all, I was angry with the mismanagement and the level of corruption that has happened in this country. The first one. But when I started getting to the solutions, I realized that there's so much hope for this country. I saw hope again. There is hope for this country. If we can get it right, there is so much hope. In fact, there are a lot of places I thought we are hopeless. I now realize that, in fact, those things are our strengths.
So, but everybody in Nigeria has to read this book then?
Sir, you didn't get what I'm trying to say. If the domain of Nigeria gets this book, our voice will change. In fact, those people clamoring for the likes of Atiku, they will cover their face. They will cover their face in shame. Because a lot of people don't have these statistics, they don't have this information, they don't have this data. They don't know the kind of negotiation that has been made on behalf of Nigeria that has put us in the problem that we are suffering today. The people keep mentioning the likes of America and the likes of UK. These are part of the people that put us in this situation we are, because they are benefiting from our poverty. Nations like this are benefiting from our poverty. All the money stolen in Nigeria, some of them, a huge amount of them, is what these countries are using to build their economy.
Boris said, give us our money.
So when I started reading this book, I just felt this is a book that every Nigerian these are books that should be in our school curriculum.
Yeah.
People need, because, sir, let me tell you the truth, the situation of things in Nigeria. Hopelessness is just the order of the day. A lot of Nigerians have lost hope in Nigeria. That is why when you go to our embassies, it is jammed. Even our politicians don't believe in Nigeria. I was asking a question yesterday. I said, how many of our elites, our politicians, how many of them, our pastors that are big men that are talking about Nigeria and are praying for Nigeria and are saying they believe in Nigeria, how many of them will send their children to school in Nigeria? Even the ones that build university, their children don't attend those universities. They say America is corrupt. Their values are poor. They need God. They need Jesus.
Okay, thank you so much.
So I feel everybody needs to go and get a hand on this book. This is in fact the more I watch this program and I've been listening to it, I'm just getting all boiled up again. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, thank you, Michael. Thank you so very much.
I mean, that's Michael from Nigeria.
It means people should send this to all their friends in Nigeria. Everybody has to get this video.
Everybody has to get this video. I mean, if you're watching us right now and you've not shared, or you've not shared this video to everybody that you have on your Facebook timeline or your
please go ahead and do it.
Let every Nigerian know. Let every Nigerian know.
And go get the books.
Yeah.
Go read them for free, and go do what you need to do, because so it's the same kind of feeling that he was expressing, that he had, just like
anyone who has. Now I said it, that if you have emotions, so if you have a mind and you are reading this book, there's no how you escape that feeling. It's impossible.
I think we have a caller already. Hello. We lost him.
Yeah, we lost him. There's no how you wouldn't feel that same thing. You just, and like it's a book full of mixed feelings. You see, he was saying it's from joy, from sadness, from anger, to surprise, to shock, to hope. That's how it will be. It's just taking you on a whole journey. That
Okay, I think the caller is there now. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Who is calling from where?
This is Mr. Godwin, Pastor Godwin online, calling from Italy.
Pastor Godwin, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir. It has been a long time, sir.
Yes, nice to hear your voice today.
Thank you very much. I was trying to see what is going on online, but I couldn't find any. I always say the past program. But I sent a message on your messenger, which is personal. It's not something that I have to disclose online.
No, don't send to my you mean to my Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
That's good, yeah.
Since it's personal question, I don't need to disclose it online.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem. I will reply. I will respond to you.
Okay, sir.
God bless you.
Do have a lovely evening.
You too.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Okay. I have a music there. I have a song, Chairman, that is talking about this corruption. It is the same guy that sang yesterday. What was his name again? Wale Incan. Is the name of the guy Olatunji?
Yeah, Olatunji something.
Olatunji is a prominent. He used to be a prominent. He's a professor too. Two of them are professors in Nigeria University those days. And so they came together, the professors and the elite, and they came up with those songs. So I forgot the name. Okay, let's do the song.
You love me to be shaman. You say you go try it for me. Oh, you swear you go try it for me. Oh, make me silver tender small. Make I get small sugar for my tea. Sugar daddy. Sugar daddy. Sugar daddy. Chairman, this night I be like you. Both of you, they waka so tay. Why do they toast kings and presidents? Come on, Gary, don't become luxury. And Chairman, not to say I vex you. I be just a common shareholder. I never say I want butter for my bread. I fit to drink my tea without sugar, but Chairman, something they worry me. This naira is still be naira, so the thing 1 naira fit buy yesterday. 20 naira no fit buy am today. I never tell you the story of London airport when the customs grab your company director. 6 million naira them find inside the briefcase, crisp and new, straight from an naira mint. Your Excellency, they give up the improper title. You be mobile bank or Nigeria mint in transit. Your director laughed, he nearly collapsed. He said, white boy, make you no waste my time. For this small portmanteau, now you they open your mouth. Now ship container, others they take load cash. London or Frankfurt to give us foreign exchange. They love a naira, so waiting be your concern. When we've done do our shopping to satisfy our status, minor luxury like private jets. The same naira at double the valuation, returns by container to where it started from. So
we're friends with the Bank of England and all of Europe and the good old US of America. Shareholder, take your time, you hear? Why you they shout so? Come in and shut the door. Alright. If no matter of what they worry you, I go fill it your mouth with cake and jam. Shareholder, you know one job. There is still room in the company caucus.
Is that so?
Your cheeks go robust like we very old. Milk and honey and sugar for your tea. I be one summer forever. I be you one to share forever. You know what you own it to bear. You know what you're riding Mercedes. Come in then and shut your mouth. Make a put some sugar for your tea. Yes, Shemi Jaja. Shemi Jaja, Shemi Jaja.
Me too. I want Gary.
Shemi Jaja.
Me too. I want Gary.
Shemi Jaja, Shemi Jaja.
Oh, bring down the Gary.
Bring down the Gary. Shemi Jaja, Shemi Jaja. Shemi Jaja.
Bring down the tea.
Shemi Jaja, Shemi Jaja.
Shut up. German, it don't spoil from the start. That time you choose your legal advisor, he tell you say that bribery is a big. Still you give him the job on super scale. Another director is a wanted man. He commits rape for Washington DC. He run from home, you give him bigger post as director of a chain of newspapers.
You know, Mr. Chairman, our own multinational corporations are worried. They want to invest in your company, but all this corruption and scandal.
What corruption, Mr. Ambassador?
What corruption? Not a day passes without a new scandal breaking forth in your newspaper.
Don't believe everything you read in the papers, my friend. I have set up another group. If necessary, I will set up 20 groups every day. I will rob and rob until everybody begs me to stop.
No, but Mr. Chairman, suppose something really nasty turns up to embarrass you and your board of directors.
Our motto is, let truth prevail. Ashes will keep their secrets, come what may.
I don't understand, Mr. Chairman.
You will. You see, hey, now let us see. Oh yes, I wonder where the Olympic touch bearer is.
Salmon, what of iron and steel? Where you tell us big profit go come out. 2.1 billion na any you spend so far. He done vanish for inside Kianji Dam. How many billion you spend to clear the bush? Where you say you won't grow food for chop. Soil erosion na him alone dey grow. Common farmer do better on his own.
Mr. Chairman, how are the probes going?
I set up 24 new ones in the first 3 days of this week. Ours is an active word,
but I hear there are difficulties.
All right, so this is talking about corruption in Nigeria, and this was during the Shagari regime, and is it called the Second Republic? Drugoikad. So that is the song that Wale Soyinka and the Tunji Oyelano sang. The main singer there is the Tunji Oyelano. Two of them are professors, and they are really campaigning. And
but this kind of thing.
Do you have a caller?
We need actually. We need people like these musicians that will come and sing.
That will come and sing.
That are socially relevant.
Yeah, let's do this other video again, the good one, because we have talked about corruption. Let's talk about the future of Nigeria. All
right.
So the second book here is How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. I said, even if you're having depression or you're having any problem, just read that book. It will get you away from any depression you might have. In fact, you will just wake up, you will begin to dance and sing around. And then the other one, of course, that is mixed feelings. But this one will make you to jump and dance. The other one will make you to be reflective and to want to change something in Nigeria right now.
Sure.
Is that so?
Yeah, definitely.
So let's enjoy the music from Nigeria, the one that is talking about a great future that is waiting for Nigeria before we go. Yeah, so, do you know some of those singers? I know the lady, Oweno, or what they call her. Oyinka, Oweno. I don't know any other person.
Yeah, I know some of them like this.
Are they from Nollywood or what?
Yeah, they are mostly
Nollywood people.
Nollywood and also musicians, general musicians. Yeah.
Entertainment
industry. Yeah, most of them are.
Okay, so let's do the music. And please go share the message if you are here to do it. Share.
Of mine, Nigeria on my mind, born in diversity, blessed beyond compare. Ooh, through these 100 years, our struggles and through our fears, we're strong in our unity. Peace, our destiny. Here we are, standing tall. We're standing tall. We are one. We are 100 years of unity. Nigeria, we will stand. Oh, this land of mine, Nigeria, on my mind, I pledge to you my loyalty, my love, my ability.
Ooh, and as we celebrate ourselves, we shall be dedicated
to serve a new Nigeria, for a better land for all.
as a nation.
Standing tall through adversity. We are 100 years. Nigeria, we will stand. Standing tall. We're still together.
One nation, one country.
Nigeria, we will stand.
Yep. We will stand.
And I think this is a great program today. I think we you know, we communicated. Let's see what they would do. I don't know how many people are able to see it or how many people are going to be able to see this. But I hope that this will get to Nigerians.
Hopefully. And also that even more hands would get a hold of this book, how Nigeria economy can overtake the American economy. And it becomes a thing that every Nigerian would have in his household. Everybody would read. Everybody will see it. And we know that there's every reason for you to be proud that you're a Nigerian. You should stand with your shoulders high, knowing that you're a Nigerian and that there is no nation in the world, that is greater and better than our nation. And that is the hope that this book would offer you. That you will be, no matter who you are, you'll be proud that you're a Nigerian. So please do well to get this book, share this video, and let's get started to build the Nigeria of the future. Now,
well, before we go, I would like to say that we have the next History Makers training coming up in April from the 4th to the 8th of April. You can go and register on sundaydelajablog.com/HMT, or you could write directly to hmt@godembassy.org. And for those of you who want to be receiving our messages every day for free, you can send your telephone number or your WhatsApp number to our number. Our number is +38 098 596 3838. If you send your number to us, then we will be sending messages to you every day. And for those of you who want to go with me back to Nigeria to build a greater country and a greater continent of Africa, you could also go and register on our blog, sundaydelajablog.com/Nigeria. sundaydelajablog.com/Nigeria. And if you have not yet joined the mentorship program that we started, that I'm running for free on the net, you can go and join by going to sundaydelajablog.com/mentorship as well. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so very much for being with us today. I hope you go and read this book. Go and read it for free. Kindle Unlimited is there for free. The second book as well, How to Make Nigeria the Greatest Country in the World. These two books, they will revolutionize your thinking and your life, and you'll be more positive about life, and you will just be smiling. You'll be walking the street and smiling, and just because of what you get to know about your nation. Thank you so much. I'll be back in the next 10 minutes. I'm already late, of course, 1 hour late, but I'll be back in the next 10 minutes to do my program on leadership. A leader is a ladder. Thank you so much. Anu, you did a great job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Bye.